So you've clicked on this video because you want to know how to stop bounce outs. Andy, you got some tips for our viewers?
I have. Got some equipment as well to help.
Loads.
Bounce outs come because the point can be a bit too sharp with no grip on it. So sharpening the point is good. You don't want it completely blunt. If you think about that, it wouldn't go in the board properly. So I've got a little tool here, Mission Diamond Point Sharpener. And so it does two things. First of all, I can sharpen the point, but then...
Is that similar to like a knife? When you're rushing that through, that's like the knife on the block, isn't it?
Yeah. From you sharpened a few knives in your time, have you?
No, but I've seen people do it.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So it's got grooves on it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm sticking the point in the groove, and I'm sharpening that. Oh, it's sharp that now. Do you want to feel it?
Of course it is. You just
it's
sharpened
really
it with
sharp.
the Mission Diamond
That's
tool.
really sharp that now. Right, okay. So then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to turn the point on its side. I'm just going to roughen it up a bit. Now look, you don't have to have one of these tools. You can use sandpaper. That's what I used for years. Bit of sandpaper on the point, give it a few turns. What it's doing is it's just creating minute little edges on the point so that when it goes into the sisal, it grips it. So these are not bounce outs off the wire we're talking about. They're more fallouts when your dart goes in and then it falls out because it hasn't gripped the sisal. Some rougher edges on the point, it'll grip the board better. Or, and here's a big tip, don't use silver points, use black. The coating on the black actually grips the sisal better than a plain silver one does.
So take the coating off if you've got the silver.
Well, no, you can't because there is no coating on silver. Silver's the natural colour. If you take the coating off black, it'll actually be silver underneath. That's just a coating over a silver. So on a silver, you've really got to roughen up the front. This tool will do that for you. Really roughen up the front of your silver points, or if you can change them to black points, that'll help more because it will grip the sisal better.
It's kind of the opposite of what you'd think then, because most people think the sharper the dart, the more it's going to stick.
Yeah, and so the sharper the dart, potentially the further it will go into the sisal, if we think about, you know, a sharp object going in. So it will go in, but then there's nothing to grip the sisal. You need some rough edges on there, or a coating, believe it or not. That coating, if you ever rub your fingers along a black point, feels very different to along a silver point. So that coating definitely helps.
Now, these tips are great, but what if you hit the wire?
We're not talking about the wires, Matt. What's it got to do with the wire? You just have to find some reason to argue about everything I'm saying. It's like the people in the comments coming up with something that... So I've got that all nicely sharpened and roughened up now, Matt. That will stay in great. So if you want to have a go.